What's poppin', guys? Good morning. So today is Monday morning and a new week. And it's actually going to be an interesting week, hopefully. So I was pretty much looking at the charts earlier on, and I noticed BTC tanked completely. You guys remembered from the last video that I did where I told you guys that if the market was open, if the prop firm I was trading usually opens during the weekend, I would have been in a sell position on Fundednext. Well, it did turn out that I would have taken two sell positions that would have gone in my direction, but unfortunately, the market for Fundednext doesn't open until Monday. So this week is hopefully going to be a great week. Let's see how it plays out. But the market is more like the market crash. I don't even know what happened, like the reason to that. So give me a minute. I'm trying to open my phone so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. But it's more like the market crashed. I don't know the reason for that, but hopefully this week is going to be a great week. Let's see what pops, and whatever setup that I see, I'm going to take it and I'm going to vlog it. I'm going to show it to you guys and keep you guys updated. So let me just switch my camera real quick to show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, guys, so remember from last week, right? I thought the market did close somewhere around here, if you all can remember, and I said something like, if it was that on Fundednext this didn't close, I would have taken a sell position from here, which obviously went in my direction all the way to somewhere around here, right? Stop, take profit, and we had this sweet retracement. Sorry, excuse me. We had this sweet retracement to this spot where I would have taken it as well on Sunday, right? Just like a continuation or something, you know. Sorry, this was for Saturday, sorry. So we had this sweet retracement to here, rather, to this, where I could enter from. And this popped by what time? So this was 5, opened as 5 a.m., closed at 6 a.m. So obviously I would have been awake by then. So I could have easily entered this trade from here. But the market was closed on Fundednext, and we can see how price just completely went bonker on Sunday. So that's it for this. Let's see what Monday holds. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed and paying attention to the market. When I see any interesting setup, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna keep you guys updated. So guys, that's all for now. Whatever pops up, I'm going to keep you guys updated. Okay. Hi guys, how are we today? So it's already past New York session. Like, this is a couple of hours into New York session, and I actually didn't take any trade today, that is Monday, because the market was quite volatile, right? I saw my setup today, but I didn't take it because the pip value was so small that if I had taken that trade, I definitely would have gotten stopped out, and I did. I will get stopped out because price eventually went so fast in that direction, because the peep value in terms of like the stop loss, it was so tight, it was so small, but I was actually using the normal, waxing the normal, or using my normal stop loss. So it was so tight that I didn't take that trade, and even if I had taken that trade, I would have gotten stopped out. But where I'd wanted to take a trade, it wasn't my setup, it wasn't part of my entry criteria, excuse me. So I eventually didn't take it, though price went in the direction that I was anticipating it to go, but I didn't take it because it actually didn't give me my entry criteria. So that's what's up for today. I'm just gonna switch my camera around to show you guys what I'm talking about in a minute. So that's basically what's up for today. That's all that happened today. So Monday we didn't take any trade. Let's look forward to Tuesday and see what Tuesday holds. Okay, so I'm just gonna switch right now to show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, so ideally, if I had taken that trade from here, right, I would have gotten stopped out. If I had taken it from 77.88, I would have gotten stopped out, because then my stop loss is going to be 78.38. So we can see price stopped me out even in the first 15 minutes candle. my camera is blurry, excuse me. Price stop now even with the first 15 minutes candle. So I actually didn't take that trade because just like what I was telling you guys about the stop loss being too tight, this is what I mean. So I usually risk like 50 pips, use 50 pips stop, so we could see how tight it was. So I knew that there was no way I was going to be taking this trade, especially with the whole news that got released today and how volatile the market was today. So I knew there was no way I was going to be taking this trade. But then again, this was where I was supposed to take a trade from here exactly, but this isn't like, it didn't give me my entry criteria all the way to this place. This would have given me a 2:1, so I'm mixing 1% to make 2.2 actually, but I didn't take that trade. And so price is coming to this level for a potential continuation to the upside, because obviously we broke up here on H1 time frame. I don't want to switch the time frame. We broke past this level on H1 time frame, hence you could see it. So price is basically retraced for a potential continuation, but I'm not going to be buying from this continuation because this isn't my setup. So I'm going to keep you guys updated on whatever pops. I will know, but for the most part I don't think I'll be trading today anymore until tomorrow, so let's see how it goes. Okay guys, good morning. Today is Tuesday morning, and yesterday night I took 2 trades that ended up hitting my stop loss, but unfortunately I wasn't able to vlog that yesterday because obviously it was night, so I just left it, and so I would do the vlogging this morning and show the trade to you guys. But the same thing I spoke about initially, excuse me, I'm trying to open my phone. The same thing I spoke about initially about the reason why I didn't want to take the first trade was the exact reason why I got stopped out. So I took a trade and in less than in less than 10 seconds I got stopped out. The stop loss was so small that price just went to hit my stop loss and started going in my direction, but then it hit my stop loss and I had to re-enter again, and price went in my direction for about 70 pips or thereabout, went to go hit my stop loss. So I'm going to show you guys in a minute. Just give me a minute, excuse me. Okay, so this is the trade that I took yesterday. I'm going to show you guys so we can see. We had this higher, low, high, and this candle came here, this red candle, it closed, and I took the trade. So you can see this week, so I took the trade from 78.43, so meaning my stops is going to be 78.93, right? Because I usually use 50 pips. Up here, this was where my stops was. So we can see this week, this candle came all the way to my stop. So the candle stopped at 78.87, but obviously because of the spread and everything, I got stopped out. And the moment I got stopped out, I took it again, and it just went down. Why? It went down, came all the way up here, and I got stopped out somewhere. I think this is a new day, so this is today basically. So I got stopped out today. So this is the second trade that I took. This is the stop loss. Then if I should go back to yesterday, let me see, custom period. Yesterday was 7th. So let me see, 7th. So okay, so this is the first one that I took that I got stopped out immediately, and you can see the second one, all right, 22 and 26. So I'm down almost like 3% again. This is crazy. So we're just going up and coming down. So but I'm basically looking at price to get to this level. Once it points my entry criteria from here, I'm obviously going to be buying to the upside because my H1 time frame is obviously pushing to the upside. So I just want to see what price prints here, and then I'll take a buy to somewhere around here and get out. So let's see how it goes. I'm definitely going to update you guys. Yeah, what's good, guys? So I won't lie, today is not a very good day. Why? Because I took a trade. I stepped out of the house, I took a trade, it went in my direction. So I was risking $50 to make like $100. At some point I could even see $110 as in profit, but I didn't close the trade because price hasn't hit my take profit yet, where I set as my take profit, and all of a sudden price retraced back to my entry point, stopping me out for break even. And then because I wasn't paying attention to the market when all of those was happening, it was actually giving me signs to exit the market, exit my trade, but I wasn't looking at the chart at the time. So when I realized what was happening, price was already at my entry, so it stopped me out for break even. And that was so annoying that I even had to like force the trade. So while I forced the trade, even though it wasn't my setup, while I was in the trade, I realized that, okay, this is me forcing the trade and this isn't part of the game. This is just me being emotional. And I had to wait for price to go a little bit in my direction, and I closed the trade for, I think, a $1 loss or something like that. And so this is me just missing out on two sweet, neat setups today because I wasn't paying attention to the chart when everything was happening, and I take 100% responsibility for that. And I'm so pissed right now, but I'm just like controlling myself, and there's nothing I can do because obviously there's nothing the market is giving me right now. But the fact that I missed this two entry that would have made me step out of break even is just so crazy, because at this point now I would have been at $9,930, just $70 to break even. But I'm still down almost 3% now, if not 3%. So it's just so annoying. Sorry, excuse me, I'm looking at my phone trying to open up the chat so I could show you guys what I'm talking about. It's just so annoying. But yeah, this is part of what we signed up for as traders. We just have to like manage emotions, right? So trading view is open. Let me show you guys quickly what I'm talking about. Okay, so we can see where I took this trade from here, right? Price came all the way here. Now this is where I made mistake. I was supposed to sell also from here. I was supposed to sell from there, but I wasn't paying attention to the chart, and I'll show you in a minute what I'm supposed to sell from there. So you can see I took this trade from here for a buy, right? Price went in my direction. It did 100, and as you can see 110 pips, right? That was why I said at some point I was seeing myself in $110, but I didn't close the trade. Okay, so 110 pips, but I didn't close the trade because I set my take profit for around 130 pips, right? So I didn't close the trade. But originally what I trade is 2-to-1, so I risk $50 to make $100. That's how I trade originally. But in this case, I don't even know what happened. Obviously, because I was seeing this as the current high here, so I was assuming price would get to this point. But I didn't close. We can see price retrace. Now, if I had closed out on that trade, I would be in a position to think even more logically. I already knew what was going to happen, because before I took this trade this morning, this buy position, I had this zone in mind, right? Because if you're looking at this from a daily, like a day trading perspective, we could see that this is more like a miniature break of structure here, right? And we could see this pushing to the downside. So this is more like a pullback for a continuation, right? So, but just like I said, I wasn't paying attention to the market at all. So we saw this candle closed here as 2, opened as 2, closed as 3. Now this was what I would have simply done. So this is opened as 245, closed as 3. So now that this candle, we can see this red candle came down aggressively, closed below this green candle right here, I would have easily taken my sell position from here, and price would swiftly go to hit take profit. Another Rixin, another 1-to-1, 1-to-2. But the whole thing that happened today just got me fucked up, and I'm actually fucking pissed, to be honest with you. But what can I do? I'm just going to wait for the market to print another setup for me, and more so safe, I'm even going to be buying from here. I'm going to be buying from here to this level, because why? This is still the guy who started calling H1 structure, right? This is the max threshold, so this is the high to me, right? So this is the high to me, and all of this is still inside a buy territory. So if price prints my entry criteria here, I'm going to take this buy to somewhere around here, and when price comes somewhere around here again, prints my entry criteria, I'm still going to be selling. So let's see how this goes. I'm super angry today. Today is I wouldn't call it a Black Tuesday, but it's not so much of a good Tuesday. And I skipped, guys. I forgot to show you guys my P&L, so we could see for the first buys that I took, these were the first buys, right, where price came back, stopped me out for break even, and we could see the second buys that I told you guys I forced the trade. This is it. This one, price went a little bit in that direction, I had to close it. This one as well, I had to close it when I realized I was basically being emotional and forcing those trades now and just reacting, instead of being calm and allowing price to form and give me my setup. So I just want to be as transparent as possible, so we can see from yesterday to today we're down $118 and we're still at $97.15. If I had taken those two buys, this would have taken me to almost $9,930, because it's just like 110%. I say 110%, 110 pips I'm targeting as my profit. So, but it is what it is. We'll come back tomorrow, or if the market prints what I'm looking for somewhere around here, I'll be going in for another buy, because just like I said, I'm still looking at that as all of those as buyer's territory, so let's see how it goes.